There we go. Looks like we're up and running after yesterday's debacle. Maybe. Here it comes. Yeah, there we go. Okay, after yesterday's mishap, I made a new rib set. Checked it, double checked it against the plans. Sanded it, got it ready. And now we're going to set up our stacks. So we got 8 here, and I need to take 4 out of here. So this is one rib set right here. You know what, I'm going to take this piece of tape off and put one on it. No screwing around today. We're going to get this wing built one way or the other. My one-day wing. Let's see if we can do it. And now I got to drill the holes out. Remember, this is my modified arrow shaft that I made. It's a drill bit out of an arrow shaft. And it's basically something that I learned as a mechanic. You can make a thread chaser with a regular bolt, meaning you make a tap out of a bolt. So that's what we have here. The same principle. Got 2 grooves cut in it so it can clear the material. And it drilled plywood, so also good should be no issue. So we got to do what now? We got to very nice hole. See, so need another piece of arrow shaft. Oh, it's right here. I'm taking a piece of arrow shaft and pegging it, so to speak, in this hole so that it can't move. Probably would be nice if I could. It would be better to make it perfect if I could get another piece of arrow shaft. I think I'll do that. We'll cut this arrow shaft and put the bolt through the arrow shaft to hold it together. Why is it being difficult? There it is. So I need to make this arrow shaft this long. It's hot. You're not supposed to cut metal with a blade, a bandsaw blade, but I need a new blade anyway, so. So this will go in here, and then this will peg with that, and then we'll put a bolt through it. Brilliant. So I need another piece of arrow shaft. Now, of course, I won't be able to find it. Nope, that's a small one. Ah, there it is. So we need another one this length. A little shorter, but that's okay. It should be okay. That's a little different diameter. I gotta find this piece. Yeah, they look the same, but they're a little bit different diameter, so I need to find another piece. See if the carbon is the right side. Ah, carbon is the right side. Okay. Now we need to see if the bolts will go through it. Which it will. Good. Each stack set will be different because they're different thickness ribs and different amounts. But they should work. Should work good. Now, in case you're wondering why I did that, I have normally just put the bolt in there, but I'm always searching for more precise ways to make things. And as I sit and think about things, so we'll stack sand this set up real quick and make another set, and I'll hollow them out. I don't know how long this will take or how long I've been streaming, but I'm going to go ahead and get most of the work done on this today somehow. And if you're here, that's fine, and if you're not, that's fine too. Not only that, it keeps it from crushing it. Okay, it's close enough. We'll get to the block out and start sanding. I'm afraid if I get too aggressive with it, I'll sand into the templates and change the airfoil shape, so I'll do it by hand. Gotta get this done today. For those who were here last night, I deleted those 2 movies. I'll give you a little rundown of what happened. So far, I have built, because of the plans being drawn incorrectly, I have built 2 wings. One millennial wing with the incorrect dimensions, and one C-tube wing with the incorrect dimensions. So after learning about it last night, I took it apart on camera, took a break, rethought my errors or what have you, and decided I would do this today. Almost got it. So these are light fly templates. And as I said before, you probably could use paper if you're careful. But I used the light fly and harden them up with CA on the edges so that they're not going to be super easy to sand into. That was 30 grit, now we're down to the 80 grit. I don't believe you could cut 12 ribs by hand that fast. And they certainly wouldn't be as perfect. Another thing I did is I marked this template for the notches. I wish there was a way to, I'll probably move them forward and re-drill it and bolt them up again. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And cut the notches all at once so they're all perfect. Yep, Jerry, this is your airplane in case you're watching this. Try to get her done before the gnats. just wish I wasn't so far behind. Okay. These ribs look like they're acceptable. So, we did 12 ribs that fast. Now let's notch them. And hold them out. Boy. Is there anybody on this feed? So, I want to drill another hole, move these and drill another hole so that we can cut all the notches. How am I going to do that? First I need to mark it. I guess I don't need to drill a hole, I just tape them. Now, I could have just left them bolted together to cut these notches and then made the notches at an acute angle. But what happens is when you start putting the wing together, the wings the notches don't fit perfect. So we try to straighten them up as best as possible before I start sanding that notch in there. But this time at least we know we got ribs that are the right size. Just stupid. Okay, so now I got that. And I'm gonna need another sanding stick. Yeah, looks like that got broken. No, I'll have to make a new one of those. Not a big deal. Now, for those who are wondering what I'm doing here, I'm making a piece of hardwood. Because this balsa wood is contest grade, and it's too light. So now we have a notching tool. Put a piece of tape on it. I want this perfect. We're going to knock the angle off that one after I do this too. You know what? I'm going to do it straight. I'm not going to do it like that. Glad I looked at it. This was my great-grandfather's square. You'll never see another combination of square like this. It's a 6-inch. I've never seen another one like it. Now you don't want to sand it too deep. You don't want to sand it not deep enough. You want to sand it till it just is flush with the top of the ribs. That way, when it goes together, every piece of wood is touching wood. You're not filling gaps with glue. Can't believe there's 4 people watching me do this. I didn't even announce this stream. I just started streaming. Perfect. Perfect. So now, let's do the front. I wish there was some type of tool I could use to make that center leading edge notch. I think what I could do, maybe, no, but I can't. I'll have to do it like this. So, I'm going to get it started with the knife here. Pretty close. And then we'll sand it with the stick. And I want to clean that edge up. And we got a set of stack sanded ribs. Now it's a matter of hollowing the damn things out, and that's what takes the time. I think we'll go ahead and make the other set. Not sure what time I started. It was about a half an hour to make a set of ribs, I guess. I'm gonna have to go away from the camera over to the drill press and drill these out. So give me a minute. So we got that. We want to use this as a peg. This is no good. I'm gonna have to clean out my. When you use these arrow shafts as a drill, they load up inside. So after you do a set of ribs, you got to clean all the other ribs out from the inside. Otherwise, they'll mash. It doesn't really cut, it just mashes its way through. And I'm going to sharpen it up again. that rib set turned out real nice. So I'm learning. Ah. Adjusted the camera a little bit. Hopefully that'll help you see a little better. I mean, it's not a whole lot to see, but I'm lagging a little behind. This can't be good on my laptop. Okay, now we're going to drill these holes. So give me a second, and I'll be back. Well, one thing I learned so far while doing this is that pinning these together while I'm doing it makes a better rib set. I don't have the luxury of owning a laser cutter like some of you guys. I'm just a poor old dude. Okay, I have these two carbon. Huh, I have these two carbon arrow shafts that are cut to the right length so that they go all the way through and just slightly less than the 1/8 inch so that I can bolt this together and it won't move. That was ingenious, if I must say so myself. You got tired of seeing you, yeah, okay, well, welcome, Jim. You still there? So as I stated, these black arrow shafts are just the right length to pin everything together. So it's basically pinned together, but now we put a bolt in it to hold it perfect. And it can't crush it when I tighten it up. Okay, welcome back, Jim. When I tighten it up with a wrench. It's going to take me a few minutes to sand these ribs with my back tee at the belt sander, but got to get it done. If you go back about 45 minutes to an hour, you can see how I notched the other set. I made this set of ribs already notched, and these are ready to be hollowed out, and I'd say within the hour we'll have a rib set and start putting this thing together. Let me cut these patterns. Oh shoot, I got it ass backwards. Gotta have the bolts up, not down. How old are you, Jim? Get an idea who the age of people that watch this stuff. Yeah, I figured as much. There's nobody. There's no kids that would do this. I think it's a real oddity that we got Matt and Chris Rudd, and who else is younger? I mean, nobody makes anything with their hands. It's just unbelievable. Oh. I want it now. I've got to have it now. Shit, part of this. I like to go to Amish areas, like in Pennsylvania, you know, whenever I go over there, and look at the craftsmanship of those cabinets. You, you're not going to get that kind of craftsmanship from China. That's not true. I've seen some Chinese jewelry boxes that were pretty nice. Okay, I'm going to bandsaw the excess off, then we'll belt sand them up. So we got a stack, block of wood. We'll I'll sand them up real quick and be right back. The stream just decided that it would go to sleep.